Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I hope everybody is doing well. You know, look, there are 2 more days left on the sale for the pomade. You have until midnight of the 17th to get yours. There's still plenty left, although I did sell a good amount of them, but there's still plenty left. So grab yours before the sale is over. And then on the 18th, we'll be starting the shampoo sale. So we're not that far off from it. Please take advantage of these discounts, especially in a time that we're in. Um, some containers may change, but the product itself will remain the same. So you won't see any differences there. So we're going to talk about some of the Latinos that have come forward to speak out. And, not only that, today I saw a lot more videos from South Africans calling these folks out, calling out Donald Trump, saying they're all liars, and said that these folks that came over here, they didn't even have farms. But on in the media, they keep saying, these folks had farms. And they said, no, these are not the people that had farms. These are the people that are sitting around yearning for the apartheid days to come back. Those are the kind of people that are here. And see, they can't have their glory days anymore over there in South Africa. That's why they left. Well, they're going to find they're not going to get those glory days over here either, because nobody is going to be bowing down to these people. But if they don't get it, they will get it. But yeah, more and more South Africans are coming online, and they are calling out Donald Trump, Elon, and these folks that flew over here. And I was listening to one South African man, and he was pretty much saying Americans don't trust these people, don't trust them, you know. And some of them also went to Australia. I'm finding out some went to New Zealand, some went to Australia. And I was reading, as soon as they got in Australia, they started the racism up immediately because of the demographics in Australia, being that the white population is bigger. So they feel emboldened. And they said it didn't take long for them to start showing their racism as soon as they arrived in Australia. And you know what? Let them come and try it. That's all I got to say. If they believe we are the same as the people in South Africa, let them see for themselves. That's all I got to say. Okay? You will see soon enough. And y'all are not going to like what you see because, like I said, we ain't going to bow down to you. We're not going to come be your servants. And we're not going to be your little whipping boys and girls and come over there and watch your little snot-nosed kids and all of that. We ain't doing none of that mess. We're not doing none of that. But the South Africans are saying these are not farmers. And I kind of believe what they're saying because look at the size of these people. They're fat as hell. And I was reading Australia said the same thing. When they arrived, they were a bunch of plump South Africans. And you can tell these people don't do nothing. They literally don't do nothing with their lives. That's why they're that big and fat. I would think if somebody was working a farm, they would not be looking like that. Those folks don't look like they've been working on a farm at all. And they said they got some lazy ones that don't do nothing. And these are the ones that didn't do nothing when they were in South Africa. And they said these are the ones that don't have any money. The ones that got a lot of money, they're not going to leave South Africa. They're staying. But they said if they arrive in your country, those are the white South Africans that don't have anything. They don't have no money. They have nothing. And I said, yeah, I bet you, like I said, y'all, I bet you these are the ones from them shanty towns. And they said not only are they broke and don't have nothing, that they're not very well educated either. And they said when you listen to them speak, you'll kind of gather they're not very well educated at all. But we'll have plenty of time to find out, won't we? So let me go ahead and share my screen so you can hear what these Latinos are saying. But, the problem that I have with the Latinos, I notice, I've noticed this for quite some time. They don't have no problem lashing out at the Black community. And that just proves how racism is very rampant in the Latino community. They have no problem coming at us over stuff that's not even our problem. Just like when they wanted us to come, well, Black people won't come out and protest with us. No, we won't. And we know the disdain that y'all have for us in your community. We ain't going to do nothing for you. Okay? You're on your own. And you're going to see how divided the Latino community is. I think what they try to do, y'all, is put on airs and try to act like they are so close and tight knit. They're not. The ones that did not vote for Donald Trump, they are fuming at the ones that did because they blame them for the deportations that are happening. And in a sense, they are right. But they are badly divided when it comes down to Donald Trump and the way they voted. And some of these Latinos lost their family members because of the ones that voted for Donald Trump. They are upset. They are not happy at all. So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay.
So we're deporting a bunch of people that show up to their immigration appointments that are actually doing what they're supposed to, and children with cancer and mothers and babies, non-criminals. But we're chartering private planes to pick up a bunch of white folks from South Africa. Now, don't get me wrong, if they need help, absolutely, bring them. That's what we're supposed to do. But this type of thing is not blatant, in your face racism to you, there's something wrong with you if you don't see that.
I just saw a video that Trump has brought in the white immigrants who are being poorly mistreated in their country, so he wants to save them. You Latinos for Trump, come to the front. Come to the front, you fucking disgraceful pieces of shit, you. What a fucking embarrassment you are to our people, to our culture, to our ancestors, who fought with their freaking lives against this very same regime that you got up, got dressed with your own right and your own free will, and voted for this fucking piece of shit president that's here now. And we all, as a whole, the Hispanic community, get looped in with you all. As, oh, your people voted for him because you want to be white aligned so fucking badly. You know that when Christopher Columbus went to put the island of Puerto Rico, I'm talking to Boricuas right now. When he went to the island of Puerto Rico, he found the Taino people to be so warm and welcoming and giving that he went back to Spain and told the king, yo, give me 50 soldiers, I can take over the whole island. These people are giving to a fault. He went over there and captured all the natives, tortured, killed, sold, and raped the women. And you pieces of shit voted for the same type of motherfuckers. I'm so pissed. I can't even stop cursing. There's not even a word to describe what I think about you Latinos for Trump. There's no, because you are disgraceful beyond measure. And to get a pat on the head that you didn't even get, you're nothing more than a whore for a white man. And I'm talking to men and women alike.
While this racist ass administration terrorizes Latinos across America, some who have been here all their life have done the right thing, go to their appointments, to do the right things, and then be arrested at their appointments. And then some who go to work and live their daily lives day by day, graduate from high school, go to college, not committing criminal acts, working jobs and paying taxes like everybody else. Yet this administration, their racist ass thugs, go and kidnap these people, terrorize their kids, make their kids cry, and then we're going to welcome open arms these people right here. If this ain't all out racism, I don't know what is. Sickening, man. Sickening. And I shouldn't hold no ill will toward these people because it's not their fault. And I really wouldn't have no problem with them coming here if the other side was treated the same way. But this is about what it is. Make America white. And treat Latinos who have worked in this country and paid taxes like shit. But you Latinos for Trump are the biggest fucking embarrassments to your old damn selves. Look at your fucking self in the mirror. Ain't nothing white about you, pendejo. Fuck Donald Trump and fuck his racist ass supporters.
Y'all, I'm very angry. So if you haven't seen, today there was a raid in Florida, Village, Florida, where ICE showed up to a construction site where migrants, I'm assuming, were building homes for Americans, and they arrested several. So they showed up to their work to arrest them as they were working. Yesterday in Tennessee, they pulled over several vehicles at 6 p.m. after work and arrested another group of migrants or undocumented individuals. Also yesterday, the U.S. sent a charter plane to South Africa to pick up white South Africans and bring them back to Washington, D.C., not a refugee camp, not an ICE holding facility with cages, to Washington, D.C. to give them refugee status, which they now qualify for all this government assistance that so many people have been complaining about, that other refugees and asylum seekers from Venezuela, Haiti, Colombia, Cuba, and all these other countries have been applying for and receiving. So we're actively deporting Hispanic Latinos for whatever reason, but we are allowing white South African refugees, And just so we're clear, there are black South Africans as well that I'm sure are also facing a lot of the horrendous stuff that these white South Africans were facing. But we decided to bring the white ones. To me, this is absolutely crazy. As an educator who took a ton of history courses while in college, that we are seeing this type of racism in 2025 in the most quote unquote advanced country in the world. And people are okay with it. People are defending it. People are justifying the deportation of Hispanic Latinos. That again, our country is connected to this country. We are in the same continent, but we are okay to bring a group of white people from South Africa. This is America, y'all.
Told you MAGA does not know what they believe in. Say we make everything about race. Donald Trump got rid of the refugee program. Rid of it. Dunzo. No more people in our country. And MAGA's like, yeah. Even the brown people, the brown Latinos for Trump. Yeah. But then the Trump administration has decided to let in white South Africans. And it's not even about race. They're making it about race. They have to be white. You can come to the US if you're white. We will roll out the red carpet. We will fly our planes over there and buy you plane tickets. And you know how wrong this is? The Episcopal Church just announced we're done helping refugees with the Trump administration. Why? Because you're allowing white South Africans in and not Afghans, not Venezuelans running away from corruption. And stay tuned, more white South Africans are coming. And MAGA will be cheering them on.
So white South African refugees arrived to the United States this week. Their refugee status is also kind of weird, but we'll talk about that another time. Today, let's talk about their treatment, their portrayal. They are even greeted by a representative from the United States. Here they are all beat up from their hard journey here. But listen to what he says, because it's very telling.
Welcome to the United States of America. It's such an honor for us to receive you here today. This is the land of the free, and we know that all of you have faced. I'm Chris Landau. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the Deputy Secretary of State of the United States. This is my friend Troy Edgar.
Yeah, I'm the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Again, welcome.
Wow.
So great to have you guys here.
I know you've gone through a long flight. I'm so happy to see you with our flag in your hands, and that flag symbolizes liberty for so many of us. Many of us, our families have had a journey not that different from the journey that you are embarking on today.
Ironic.
My own father was born in Europe and had to leave his country when Hitler came in the 1930s and made his way to South America first and then eventually to the United States. So he is an immigrant who actually, was able to benefit from the many blessings of this country. And one of the reasons that I really wanted to go and work for the government is because I wanted to give back to this country that really brought freedom to my family and allowed us to escape a very difficult situation in another country. So, I want you all to know that you are really welcome here and that we respect what you have had to deal with these last few years. We respect the long tradition of your people and what you have accomplished over the years. And I am sure that you will be successful. As you know, a lot of you, I think, are farmers, right? When you have quality seeds, you can put them in foreign soil and they will blossom, they will bloom. And we are excited to welcome you here to our country where we think you will bloom, and we will hopefully allow you to have fulfilling lives for your children, and then we will bloom and we will benefit alongside you. So thank you very much.
He called them quality seeds. I guess the rest of us that don't match that complexion are not. Almost like they're sympathetic to one group, but the others they just call illegal aliens and tell them to go back to their country. It's almost laughable how welcoming they are and how different the treatment is. But I want this to be a conversation. Familia, what do you think about what you heard? Let me know.
So when Trump came into office, he signed an executive order to remove refugee programs for people who have my skin tone. But then he signed another executive order to help the white South Afrikaners. And supposedly he's bringing about 8,000 of these people in. And from what I can see, they don't look like the best. They don't look like the brightest. They might be a bunch of freeloaders of our tax-paying dollars. What happened to America first? That is a question that I want MAGA to explain to me. We're not going to help the homeless veterans, the kids in the foster system, the teachers that are underpaid and overworked. We need more flight controllers because our plane system is a complete fuckery. I thought bringing people and putting them in sanctuary cities is an issue, but it seems like it's not a problem when you look like you come from the middle of Mississippi. And also the things you hear what's happening to the white South Afrikaners, there is no genocide. It's all BS. Don't believe the lies.
This question is to all you Trumpies, all of you maggots. Why is it that it's okay for your felon to have chartered planes at our expense, to bring 8,000, get it again, 8,000 white refugees from South Africa here to the United States because they're saying that they're being mistreated in their country. Why is that okay? Why is that okay when we have people every single day who are showing up, doing what they're supposed to be doing to finalize their process to becoming American citizens here in the United States? They are showing up to their last immigration appointments and being detained and deported because they are brown. Not criminals, like he said. Like he lied to you and said that he was only going to be getting rid of the criminals. He's a damn liar. He's always been a liar. But you people, like I say all the time, he opens his mouth, he shits, and you guys lick it all up. I need to know, someone tell me, why is that okay for him to bring 8,000 white people here from South Africa who are being treated? How about this? How about taking care of the people that you have right here? How about taking care of the people that you have right here despite the color of their skin? Because let me just tell you something. You are all, every last one of you are immigrants here. Unless you are a Native American, you're all immigrants here on this stolen land. Every last one of you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So for all of you maggots that think that that's okay, you're disgusting human beings. Disgusting human beings that think that it's okay for him to bring 8,000 white South Africans here because his little buddy, his other woman, Muskie, is from South Africa. That's okay for you, maggots. That's okay. This is what we're coming to. You're bringing in white people because, like I said, this has never been about make America great again. Never has it been about make America great again. This has always been about make America white again. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get rid of every last brown and black person so that they can make it a cloud of white people. It's not going to happen, no matter how hard they try. It's not going to happen. It's sickening to see that you maggots were okay with this. We told you from day one. We screamed from the mountaintops that this is what he was trying to do. But you all were okay with it. There's a special place in hell for each and every last one of you. Each and every last one of you who voted for that felon. There is a special place in hell for you because our God is a loving God. He loves all. Our God was brown too, baby. Yeah. Jesus was born in Jerusalem. He was a refugee as well. He was brown. Had hair like me. Whether you want to believe it or not. He wasn't white with blue eyes and blonde hair. No, he was not. He looked like us. And he walked this earth showing love and compassion. And the sad part about it is, if he was walking this earth today, you all would have him shackled, detained, and deported because of the color of his skin, because he spoke on love and human rights. And he was against everything that each and every one of you stand for, division and hatred. You'd have him deported and probably killed, back on the cross again. You nasty human beings. Your day is coming.
Here's the problem. We tried to tell you Latinos how racist this country was, the system. We tried to get y'all to join us back in the day to fight the racism in the country. And y'all were unconcerned about it because you were getting jobs. You were getting, nobody was doing it. There's no racism because the proof that you got jobs and working, that's the proof that it's not racist. That's the shit y'all were saying. That's the shit you were saying. But now all of y'all, oh, they're snatching us out of here because of our color of our skin. We were telling you that, dummy. We were telling y'all that. We tried to tell you this system was just using you. They didn't care about you. And you notice, nobody is saying you're white now. Since Donald Trump started the deportations up, you notice nobody is talking about Latinos being white people anymore. Even they're not saying it. Even they're now pointing to their people saying, stop saying that we're not white. No, you're not. Donald Trump is showing you each and every day when he has ICE out here kidnapping your asses off the street with no due process. He's showing you ain't nothing near white. He is showing you. And we were the only people, my melanated brothers and sisters were the only people telling you the truth. We were the only ones. Just a few months back, y'all were happy to have white on your driver's license and on your passports and on your ID. You got white. Y'all were happy about that mess. Now that he's letting you know he don't want none of y'all. He wants white people only coming into this land, and he wants you gone. Now, for the first time, y'all are finally getting it. You are not desired because you are not white. You were never white, and you never will be white. White on your ID is as far as it goes. But at the end of the day, if you were really truly white, Donald Trump would not be throwing you out. The fact that he's throwing you out, he is showing you you ain't white enough for him. And you're not white enough for MAGA. They're throwing you out. Remember that story where this Latino man had a white neighbor that lived across the street and they voted for Donald Trump and he thought he could send his kids over there to play with those white kids? That father shut that mess down. Oh no, don't be sending these brown looking kids over to my house. See, it always comes out when these people have disdain for you. It always comes out. There is no way for them to hide it. Eventually, it will always bubble to the surface. And see, now y'all can't deny the racism. Y'all can't deny it now. See, you don't like listening to us melanated people. You don't, y'all are, when it comes down, that's the one thing y'all got in common with white people. Y'all were taught racism in your household. And y'all wouldn't believe us because of your racism. You Latinos would not believe us because of your racism. Now look at how your favorite white man and woman is treating you up in this country now. They are throwing you out head first and bringing over white South Afrikaners. And really, truth to be told, technically y'all would have more of a reason to be in the land because, down there in Latin America, y'all got some screwed up governments down there. There is a lot of corruption in your government, but these South Afrikaners, they have zero justifiable reason. And Donald Trump knew that. That's why they made up this whole refugee story that not one person in South Africa, white or black, is corroborating these stories that these folks were being genocide. there is no evidence. Even the police in South Africa said these claims are untrue. They even said it's untrue. Donald Trump was just trying to find a way to get more white people in this country. Why do you think he came in office talking about Canada and Greenland? Because they're trying to get their numbers up. But see, here's the problem. The birth rate is low in Canada. The birth rate is horrific in Greenland. I looked up, their birth rate is worse than Canada and the United States. He wants to beef up the numbers, and he doesn't realize no matter where y'all are on this planet, you're not reproducing. So even if you brought those folks in, it would be a temporary means if nobody is having babies. And bringing in these South Africans, this is not going to do anything for your birth rate because their birth rates are low. It's not going to do anything for your birth rate. So Donald Trump is doing all of this in vain. And just remember one thing, all of you coming in here from South Africa, Donald Trump is almost an 80-year-old man. And look, he can temporarily shield you from a lot of things, but he ain't going to be in office. If there was an election right now, after all the things that Donald Trump has done since he's been in office, I don't think he would win. I don't think he would win. I think if Porky Pig right now ran against Donald Trump, Porky Pig would probably win. And you want to hear something funny? This last Latina woman that spoke, do you know there was a Latino in her comments that said they would still vote for Donald Trump? I said, some of these people are really that far gone. They are really that far gone. But y'all, I wish I could say I feel for you Latinos, but I don't. I think if you would have came in here without all the racism that y'all walked in here with, and then trying to act like you were better than the people that were already here, maybe things would be different. But y'all came in here with an attitude problem. You tried to act like you were better than Black folk, or we are the Hebrews. Y'all thought y'all were better than us. Oh, I ain't joining you with nothing. Oh, I ain't joining. I'm not going to say nothing to the white man. I'm doing fine under the white man. Oh, y'all were saying all that mess. Y'all were saying all that mess. There ain't no racism. I got a job. I got a job. I got a car. I got this. I got that. No, you came to the land, and don't get it twisted. Y'all just like these other folks that got all, see, y'all came in the land and got all kinds of help that was never extended to us. So yes, it would look like you were getting ahead and we weren't. You were getting help and we never got help from this federal government. And that's what y'all failed to understand. You looked at whatever the government gave you as some major achievement when it was no achievement at all. And you see how fast they done ripped everything away from you and they're throwing you out of here. ICE ain't even trying to even have conversations with these folks. When they spot them on the street, whether they are a citizen or not, they look Latino, they sound Latino, they get snatched and they're hurled out of here. And if they're a man, they're still sending them to prison in El Salvador. They're still flying them out of here to that prison in El Salvador. And once they're in there, they're not getting out. They're not getting out. They're going to be in there doing that hard labor for the rest of their life until they're down to their last breath. I guess you don't think you better than somebody anymore, huh? It's a shame it had to be that way, but hey, Y'all are on your own. Y'all are on your own. And I notice you're no longer getting on them videos begging and pleading for us to come together with you. Some of y'all are getting a little salty, getting angry because we didn't join you. But we have no reason to join you. You know, it wasn't that long ago you were against our community and you openly spoke about your disdain for us. Okay, so no, we ain't going to forget how y'all came in here. We're not going to forget how you thought they preferred you over us. I even heard that mess from you. Oh, they prefer us over them black people. I heard that too. Oh, no, we're not going to forget. And it's not shocking that you came in here like that, all racist and everything, because look at how y'all treat them Afro Latinos in your country. You treat them like crap. So it's not surprising that you came to America. See, it's an example of what these South Africans are going to think too. They think we're one big old black person. And if we're one way in a certain country, we're like that all over the globe. And that's not true. That's not true. But even they will learn soon enough. We try to extend that olive branch to you. Well, we're not extending it anymore. You get snatched out of here, it is what it is. Y'all supposed to be bigger than us up in here. Well, it should be enough of you to fight whatever cause you got going. So get out there and fight for your people. Get out there and fight. Y'all clown. We have the babies and all that. Y'all said that too. We have more babies than black people. And okay, well, you and your babies get out there and save your people from ICE then. Get on out there and save them from ICE. But as for us, you're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. So y'all, oh yeah, they got family values. Oh, the white man liked them better than us. Oh, the white man liked them because they don't be always fighting the white man like the black people do. Oh, I heard it all. Oh, I heard it all. And see where that got you? You wouldn't fight them, and you're the biggest ones getting thrown out of here now. But you were so proud that you didn't fight the white man. That y'all were so proud of that at one point in time. Well, be proud now. That's all I got to say. Be proud now. So y'all, let me just say my thank yous to everyone. Cyberdyne 100, thank you for the super chat. Good evening, Lisa Cabrera in chat. Thank you for your support for my channel. Stay positive. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciating this live stream. Thank you, Lisa. And be one to all. Zion's Dwata. Good word, Lisa. Good word, sis. Thank you. Let me just slide on down. Curly Locks, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. And Alanda, hold on. Hanslu, we sitting on the couch like 2024. Yeah. Yeah, didn't they say, I think 33% of the people did not vote? Something like that. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a shame they had to be mistreated to come to this point. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, a lot of them, Asians are getting thrown out of here too. It's just that ICE is heavily focused. We always hear in the news how they are running out the Latinos, but no, they getting the Asians out of here too. And the Caribbeans, Haitians, I mean, they're grabbing all of them. But the biggest, I think, one of the big, but you know what? The Asians are pretty big up in here too, illegals. But the one that keeps making the news more than everyone else are the Latinos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet you he's not even here. Yeah, I remember that. That was up in Chicago where the guy got in front of the crowd telling the black residents of Chicago, no more money for you. I bet you his butt got deported. You know, Haru Tut, where's that Hispanic guy that said, you lazy, no more, no more money for you? Yeah, I bet you he got deported. I bet you he got deported. I bet you he's not even in Chicago no more. I bet you he's not even there anymore. They all call us lazy. Don't get it twisted. Even the Asians call us lazy too. They all do. They all join in with that racist talking point. They all join in and say it. Every last one of them. Hmm. But I know here in my state, it makes the news almost all the time with them getting these Latinos out of the state and deporting them. Oh, yeah, AKA Pop. Thank you for the 39-month membership. I have an illegal family of 5 across the street parked on the grass. Okay, yeah. I mean, look, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah, well, Donald Trump is going to keep this lie up. I think personally, I think he knows the truth. And I think Elon does too. But they're going to play this up as long as they can. I don't want my taxpayer money going to more racists. We've already done this before with all of the illegals from the south of the border and some of them coming out of the Caribbean, the Dominicans, me no black, yeah. I don't want my money going towards none of them. None of them are worthy of my money. Mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, at first they were kissing on that butt for a long time. The Latinos were. They were kissing on that white man's ass for a long time. Now they can't deny that they were just used, they were used and now they're being discarded. And now they see with their own two eyes that they prefer these people from South Africa over them. They can't deny it now. It's right in their face. Everything we tried to tell them, that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. But hey, they can find their way out of it. Thank you, Jeff Massey, for the super sticker. I deeply appreciate it. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. And I may be doing a premiere later on tonight because Rodney Hinton Jr. just filed a $25 million lawsuit against the Ohio Police Department that unalived his son. So I may be doing that in a few hours. Shalom, family.